Hello everyone, my name is LJ from Easy Book Notes, and in this video, we will talk about the brand new book of Lewis Howes called The Greatness Mindset. We will discuss three major highlights of the book, the lessons you can obtain, and my perceived overall value of the book, if it's worth buying or not. So make sure to stick around until the end of the video. The Greatness Mindset is a book about finding meaning, overcoming fears, and creating a game plan for significance and fulfillment in life. It is quite a big promise, and the question is, did the book deliver to its promise? The book revolves around what Lewis calls a meaningful mission, which is a person's purpose in life. It is what gives a person fulfillment, a reason to wake up and show up every single day. But the problem is, most of us don't know our purpose. Or what's even worse is, a person may know their purpose, but they are unable to take action. The good thing is, both of these issues were tackled in the book. The book talks about three types of fear and self-doubt which can block us from reaching our goals, from achieving greatness. The first type of fear is fear of failure. What if I am not good enough? I am not smart enough. I am too ugly. What if nobody will buy my services? What if nobody will listen to me? Self-doubt is simply the killer of dreams. When we are afraid of failure, most of us automatically think of how things could go wrong when we are about to try something new, when we even think of going out of our comfort zone. The thing about fear of failure is that we think we are protecting ourselves, but in reality, we are only limiting ourselves. Remember that setbacks turn into a failure when you don't get a lesson out of it. And there is something worse than failing. It is the regret of not trying. Another reason why people don't pursue their goals is the fear of success. Some think that they may not sustain the levels of success once they reach it, or become afraid that the success that they have achieved is a one-time thing. Lewis has done a great job in affirming and reminding the readers to trust the process, and that even if you aren't everything you need to be for success right now, you are enough to start right now. We live in a world where it's too easy to tell people how ugly they are, how fat they are, to discredit someone just because they don't fit the mold, or that they are not perfect enough. And yeah, those comments hurt. When we go around trying to please everyone to avoid being judged, it's a little betrayal of the self. Because when you try to please everyone, one, that is just so exhausting. Two, there is no way you can please everyone without losing your self-identity. People will judge you no matter what, but at the end of the day, we need to stay focused on our goal and give validation to our own self. The main takeaway of this chapter is to focus more on how we can serve others rather than what they think of us. So the question of the day is, what is this one thing you've always wanted to do but never took action yet? What is holding you back? The way you see yourself, the way you talk to yourself is detrimental to achieving your goals. Many people fail before they begin simply because they do not believe they can succeed. When a person has a lot of self-doubt, we tend to minimize our talents, our knowledge, our skills. And when we feel that we are not good enough, we ultimately end up being unkind to ourselves. Instead of becoming your biggest cheerleader, your biggest supporter, you end up becoming your biggest bully. Lewis has shown much needed empathy in this chapter and a simple reminder to thank ourselves and be kind to ourselves. If uncovering your fears wasn't enough, Lewis decided to dig deeper into the reader's mindset and emotional state by addressing trauma and healing your younger self. Whatever your trauma, and we all have trauma of some sort, if left unhealed, it will direct your future too. To stop the cycle, you have to let your adult self make the decisions instead of the younger, wounded self. Our mind will try to continue to meet any unmet needs, and more often than not, these unmet needs become unhealthy habits and destructive behaviors. The only way to move on from these unhealthy habits is to reconnect with the inner child and give the child what they needed in the first place. What is your ideal self? Do you know who you truly are? I'm not talking about your name or your background. I'm talking about your values, your beliefs, your identity. Do you know your truest self? Up until now, most of our beliefs were learned from our past, from our parents, from peers, and people we look up to. We need to shift our mindset and work with goals and beliefs that serve the present you, not a previous version of you. If you want to find the one person who can change your life, look in the mirror. You are the only person who can give yourself what you want, and you must be willing to do the work every day. That's why it is so important to accept yourself, celebrate your work, and reprogram your negative thoughts. Own your insecurities and celebrate your abilities. As harsh as it sounds, most people are only out there for themselves. Nobody else is going to save you but yourself. This is why you need to have your back, advocate yourself, and take care of yourself. Because at the end of the day, you may have friends, you may have family, but ultimately, you are your best advocate. The Greatness Mindset has a dedicated section of actionable steps. However, what I really like about this book is that throughout the book, there are actionable steps that create momentum for you to not just think, but also do. It is like a textbook and a workbook, all wrapped in one. I highly suggest that you answer the exercises immediately after reading the chapters to continue the momentum in order to take action. Lewis has a clear vision of who his target audience is, which allowed him to laser focus on the topic of the book, making the greatness mindset highly relatable for people like me who are trying to find purpose and fulfillment in life. The greatness mindset is great for people who are both new and well-versed in self-improvement. It is a good guide in finding your true purpose and meaning in life, as well as a reminder that you are good enough. One of the things that I liked about the book is that the words that the author used are simple and easy to understand. The sentences are easy to follow and straight to the point. Another thing is that Lewis is empathetic towards his audience. He is encouraging and positive, but not to the point that it becomes too much. The book is not only big in encouragement, it is also big in creating momentum in order to push yourself forward and take action. I am quite impressed of the amount of people Lewis has interviewed, and one of the interviews that stuck out was his interview with Ali Abdaal that led to his aha moment to go all in on YouTube and quit being a doctor for good. I believe that the book is worth reading not only because of the author's experience, but also because of the combined experience and the knowledge of all the people that he has interviewed. Most important question is The Greatness Mindset by Lewis Howes going to find its new home at the top shelf? Absolutely. I would even go as far as calling his book the new Think and Grow Rich of the 21st century. I have not had a book that resonated with me in such a long time, and I am so thankful to have read this book without the bias of knowing the author and his achievements. Lewis just gained himself a new follower and helped make a difference in another person's life. I also have a mindset playlist, so if you're interested in that, click on that thumbnail and I will see you in the next video.